If you work in university maintenance, Granger considers you an MVP because your playbook ensures your arena is always ready for tip-off. And Granger is your trusted partner, offering the products you need all in one place, from HVAC and plumbing supplies to lighting and more. And all delivered with plenty of time left on the clock, so your team always gets the win. Call 1-800-GRANGER, visit Granger.com, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
When you manage procurement for multiple facilities, every order matters. But when it's for a hospital system, they matter even more. Grainger gets it and knows there's no time for managing multiple suppliers and no room for shipping delays. That's why Grainger offers millions of products in fast, dependable delivery, so you can keep your facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. Thank you for downloading, and thank you for subscribing to the latest edition of the 12 Kyle podcast. I am your boy, 12 Kyle. Check this out. On this episode, we're going to talk about a controversial subject, cheating, more specifically, the deception and the lying and the cheating. But we're going to talk about it, from a male's perspective, if you will. And as you can see, I'm not doing this podcast alone. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching. Make sure that you like and download and subscribe to the channel. But I got my homegirl back in the building. Britt is
What's
back.
up?
Britt, what's good?
Not much. I'm ready to talk about this, though. You about to get an earful,
right? And we're not talking music. Yeah, we're not talking music tonight. That's the funny thing.
Yeah, I think we've only done one other show, right? That wasn't music, the first one, or have we done another one?
Yep, the first one. Yep. The first one was about relationships, I think, something like that, something to that effect. It
was. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, back in the building. So yeah, we're gonna talk about it, and you're gonna give your thoughts. What happened was, much like a lot of times, I'm looking online, scrolling through my phone, just looking, and I'm never looking for something to actually talk about. But I came across this article, and I think it was. Matter of fact, it was in Men's Health. So I'm scrolling through Men's Health, and the app comes up, and so I'm scrolling. And the title catches me. It's like, signs that he's cheating. I'm like, what do you mean signs that he's cheating? We don't cheat. Men don't cheat. At least not all of us. So as I'm scrolling through this, as she laughs, as I'm scrolling through, it gives basically some pointers that women are to necessarily watch out for as a sign. So what I wanted to do with you, Britt, is, and here's the cool part about it, folks. Britt doesn't know anything that I'm about to throw at her. So this is just off the cuff. But I'm going to ask her, and then she may or may not. Right. She may or may not share some personal stories, about this subject. But so let me start here. One of the first things they said, check out signs for infidelity, because now just because your partner is exhibiting these signs doesn't mean that they're necessarily cheating, but be on the lookout for these signs. So one of the first things they said, being overly protective of their phone. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I don't even think that's an argument.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you say overprotective, were they talking about like, you can't have my phone, like, let me use your phone? No, you can't. Or is it like the password, or is it all that?
I think that would count for everything, all of the above. Like,
okay.
Yeah, not even letting you hold the phone to take a picture.
Yeah, then I completely believe that that's a sign, like 100%.
Okay.
Because why not? Now, there are some women out there because I know everybody listening to this is like, well, women do that. There are some women out there who go overboard and they want to go through your phone for no reason, or they are crazy or like drama and just want to whatever they're doing, they're nosy and they're just in whatever. There's women like that. But from experience, the locked phone, the face down of the phone constantly.
Okay. Time out. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, the locked phone. So now I'm speaking as an old watch married guy. Now my phone is not locked. I've never locked. I think I locked my phone once. I can't even remember which kid it was. I guess it had to have been Brandon. But that was because, like, you know, your kid could get to your phone. It might have been Skylar. I can't remember. But that was like the only time I think I've ever locked I've never locked my phone. So is there something wrong with a locked phone?
There's nothing wrong with a locked phone. Let me go back and clarify that situation. And I don't believe that, I'm not like an advocate for, hey, you should share passwords. Like it shouldn't be anything. If say like, hey, I really got to use the phone. What's your password real quick? Whatever. But there are those women like, what's your password? You know, and then like, just like in the movies, you know, but there's nothing wrong with having a password. Like you said, kids and stuff, because I've had Zai order stuff by like without me knowing, and you know, $40 later. So I get that. But if it's to the point where if you got to argue about it, if they ask for your phone to, hey, I need to look up something real quick. Let me see your phone. Okay, well, you can obviously unlock it and hand it over. But if they pick it up like, hey, and you got to argue about it and you get defensive about it, it's a problem. Because why? Unless you have something to hide. Like I've said, from experience, I've dealt with the phone face down. I'm going to charge it, but it's going to be on my side of the bed, like right next to me under a pile of clothes. Sitting next to me.
Okay. Time out.
Wait. Next to me, like this. I'm over here, and you texting like this.
Y'all got to see her. So you did what? What did you do to the phone? You snatched it?
I didn't snatch it. I will say I had to go through a phone once, but they left it there unlocked. I'll let you know. I found what I was looking for, what I was thinking was going on.
Oh, come on, America.
So,
you know, Britt, you don't even look like to go through the phone type.
But I'm not.
I'm not.
But funny. I had all these signs. All these signs I had.
Okay.
And finally, they never left their phone unlocked. Never. They never left the phone anywhere. And I had all these signs. Lately, stuff had just been piling up. Left it wide open in the text messages. So I scrolled and I looked. I was like, oh, now it makes sense. So otherwise, I don't go through phones. There's no phone. I'm not like, oh, let me sneak. No.
Right.
But that one.
Right.
And that had been like months of like me like feeling away.
Okay.
And
so it was bubbling.
Yeah. But I'm not a go through the phone.
Okay.
But if you gotta turn your back so you're not like letting them see the screen at all, and yeah, you are like, I'm 99% sure if you're not physically cheating, you're doing something like emotional. You're doing something.
Right.
You're doing something.
Right. Wow, that is seeing you turn in your chair like that. That's hilarious. I'm glad that I get a chance to actually see this, and I hope folks on YouTube are watching. No, I believe you. 1,000%. So, okay, so excuse me. So the phone down, face down. What's that about? A phone face down. Is that a bad thing?
It's not. I do it occasionally. Like if I go to dinner with my homegirls, my phone is face down. Because when you got notifications up, you know, your screen light up, and then you're obviously going to be like, oh, okay. and you're constantly looking at your phone. It's really nice to be able to disconnect from that. It's really nice to be able to disconnect from that. So that's the only reason why I do it. And then it just became a habit because I'm so used to doing it. So I put attention on whomever I'm around. But same person doing all this and this and this and this, you're getting phone calls from somebody you shouldn't be getting phone calls from, because they also, speaking of the phone, did it where you don't see that text messages are coming in. So it never lit up saying like, oh, you have a text or whatever. It was just phone calls. But you're getting phone calls from somebody. You can't tell when it's face down. So it's just when it's a combination of all those things.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so we're off to a great start. Another sign.
Told you to make my blood boil.
Having
Let's go.
burner. I know. Yeah, I know. Having a burner phone. Now, I mean, I really can't defend this because, I mean, unless you like work for Avon Barksdale, you really don't need a burner phone. I mean, like, if you have two phones, maybe if you got one for personal use, one for a job, okay, cool. But
like, we talking like
if you
burner,
use a burner
like,
phone, I mean, that
you
burner.
What are you doing? You slanging something? You like?
That's what I'm saying. Like if you, I would assume that you did if you had a burner phone.
Dealt with that too.
Oh, do tell.
I don't know what the sole purpose was for a burner phone, but
oh wow!
Not only did they have at one point a personal phone and a work phone, but then they had a burner phone. Why you need 3 phones? I never had a real explanation for that burner phone. And I just let it go. I don't know why, but I just let it go. Like, so with the burner phone, tough. Unless
that's tough.
Yeah. I don't know the purpose of a burner phone other than shit you're not supposed to do.
I don't.
Whether you slanging or cheating, I don't know what the
slinging
purpose.
Or you got it for it. Yeah. Exactly. So yeah, I can't really defend the burner phone. The next sign that they mentioned, clearing the chat windows or browser history. Now listen, America. There's nothing wrong with clearing because I mean you want to clear your cookies because maybe you went on I don't know, some websites that you probably shouldn't have been on. That might happen. Maybe you placed a few bets before you went to bed the night before. I don't know. But clearing your browser, it actually is something that you should do. Clear your browser history just because of your cookies or whatever. But when you're cleaning it and you're hiding something, sometimes that's a red flag. What do you think about cleaning and clearing that browser history?
Well, how often are we cleaning and clearing? Is it every day?
I mean, if you yeah.
Well, and then to me, if it's your browser. Now, chat is one thing. Your chats is another thing. If you just deleting all that, whatever, that's one thing. But your browser, like, then something tells me you might be addicted to porn or something. Like, you just you constantly on it, and your girl's not gonna like it, so you like erase it, right? Otherwise, like, what? I mean, if I go through my browser right now, it is the school. I'm Googling, how do you make this? And what do I need to do this? And so the browser, but those chats, that's something else. You constantly, and I mean, how are you going to know though? If you're constantly reading the thread, you don't know. Unless you see like something come through on the front of the phone screen saying, message from so-and-so. And then you get to go in the phone,
right? And
it's blank, okay. But the browser history, that's
I think the browser history thing. I think that's probably it's not so much as a red flag, but if if the browser history is blank all the time and you're on your computer all the time, that's probably a dead giveaway.
Yeah.
I'd be like, you should have ESPN or ABC or some shit. You know, you should have some sites on there, you know, but
Yeah.
I digress. Another sign. Using certain apps. Now, what they mean by that is like there were some apps. I mean, like we all used Google, Yahoo, you know, whatever. But over a period of time, there became other apps that were used to kind of move around and get nasty, like WhatsApp, Snapchat,
I was just about
Kick.
to say that.
Kick was big.
Kick
was big back in the day. Yeah. So what do you think about them being on, you know, the under what we call the undercover apps? Is that a red flag?
I'd say 50-50.
Okay.
And I'm only saying that because I feel like some people do choose to just communicate that way. I never did, but I'm sure like maybe you started off with a really like low grade phone and that's what you used, or because I think WhatsApp was like the one you used to text when you really didn't have like a phone, and you know, so it just that depends. Yeah, I'm kind of in the middle on that one. I definitely like keep your eyes open, but I won't say it's an immediate red flag. No, because I mean,
yeah, that's fair. I think
because truth be told, back in the day when we had sidekicks, I prefer to chat on AIM. Don't text me. Do it in AIM. Like
AIM. Wow.
Look at my away message.
Wow, AIM. Good old AIM.
Right? But no, I'd say it just depends. I wouldn't say right away.
Yeah, I think it depends on, you know, the app and like who you're talking to. Like I'm not on Snapchat. But like if I were single and I'm dating somebody and you on Snapchat and I'm not on Snapchat, I might want to know why, you know. I might ask a few questions.
And it depends because some people
I'm not going, you know.
Yeah, some people with Snapchat, and I didn't know this for a while. I didn't know you could just have anybody on your friends list. Like you can just add people or people can request, you can add them, but they like you don't necessarily have to follow them or whatever. I only have people that I know, on my Snapchat, and it's like 12 to 15 people. I don't have people I don't know, and most of them are my homegirls. So it just depends on who you're dealing with.
This is true. All right, so now we're going to get a little bit deeper. We mentioned the phone. Another sign that they said that he might be cheating Britt is if he's changing his passwords.
Yeah. And unless you getting like, hey, which doesn't happen too often outside of work, your password's about to expire in 10 days. Change your password. Right. There have been times, not a lot, but there have been times where it's like I forgot my password and it's not saved in my phone for whatever reason. I'll change it. But if it's constant, I don't know.
Shape.
Like, I want to be in the middle, but that's just too. Why? Unless you're prompted to actually change it, why?
Yeah, and I mean, like, you know, with your phone, I mean, your passwords, I don't think, I mean, look, I've never put passwords on my phone, so I don't even know the answer to this question, but I think those are pretty much permanent until you change them. I don't know that you're ever prompted to change them. Yeah.
No,
I don't know if
your phone, you know, it's not prompted to. Yeah, it's there until you change it.
Well, there you go. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's no need to be changing it. Okay.
No, but if it's like emails and stuff, like you're still not even prompted for those. It's literally work stuff where they're telling you your password will expire in 10 days. You need to change it.
Um, the next sign that he might be cheating. Changing in sexual desires. Now, this is what it says. Sexual desires can happen. Changes can happen for health reasons. You know, you can have a lower libido due to medication, stress. You can have sexual dysfunctions, whatever. It could be something health related. You know, you can talk to your partner, you can talk to a professional. But if there are other medical conditions that are, you know, difficult that you can't necessarily handle, you know, there's more than one way to communicate that with your partner. However, if it changes and it's not communicated, then it could look like you creeping. Your thoughts?
Experience. Let me tell you why.
She done sat back in her chair. Sat back in her chair. She's sitting back in her chair like.
So, from experience,
right,
that happened. Stuff changed, wasn't communicated, and instead, I'm finding stuff, right? Pills, this and that, whatever, right? So I'm like, okay, because that's a big deal to a man, right? That's part of pride and whatever. Like you might, and you know, if you're going through changes as a man, being a slightly older man, like I get it. So I was being sympathetic. I didn't even bring it up. Okay. But then when I piece some of those other signs together with that, and then later on finding out more, well, I'll get to that in a second. But first of all, guys, just talk to her. If you got a good woman, she'll understand. But after a while, I started to realize it wasn't all medication and things changing. It was you were so busy with other women and you just had nothing for me by the time you got back to me. So I'm going to say that can be a pretty good sign. If they don't have prescription medications for it, like a doctor, not these gas station pills, but a doctor. But just talk to her. Just talk to her because it is going to look like, yeah.
She said gas station pills. I can't. I can't.
But that can be a pretty good one, depending on the guy. But I think with that one, you got to piece together a few other things.
Right.
Use that as a flag because we all go through changes. It's just,
right. We do.
Some get affected more than others.
Okay, so when you put everything together, how long did it take you to put everything together in your situation?
Look, I was stupid. I was naive. I also was in a emotionally and mentally abusive situation. So
that makes a difference.
I was at one point, I was afraid to question stuff, even though I see it right in front of my face. I was afraid to say anything because if you've ever dealt with somebody who is a narcissist and very manipulative, it's your fault. It's this. And then a lot of them like go from here to here quickly. And then it scares you. And then you don't want to say anything. So I had stuff for so long. And it took me forever to finally like, just, I know about this, that, you know. So I wasted a lot of time. But it's not easy when you're in that type of situation.
Oh, no doubt. I can imagine so, particularly if, you know, because I mean, I would think that based on what you see, you know what you see, and it's like, should I believe what I see? Or nah, this can't be, you know, this ain't what I think it is, you know, like that type of thing. And coming to that realization, that's a really tough place to be, particularly when you're with someone that, you know, you're serious about, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
and with
I get it.
Yeah, and with the pills, you know, like I said, I was trying to be sympathetic. Like understanding. You might not want to talk to your woman about this. You might not be there
Right.
to like mentally accept what you're going through. So it was that. And then later on, there was other stuff that then I was like, oh, well, maybe that wasn't why. And so, whew.
No, that makes sense. All right, let's take it down. Take it down. The next sign. Changing personal grooming. We all do certain things certain ways. But sometimes, I think our lovers, our partners, they get used to us being a certain way. And then when we start moving around outside, then next thing you know, your personal grooming change. How big a red flag can that be?
It depends on it depends on what they want to change. We're all going to change. We all want to do our hair different, or I want to start wearing this or whatever. It happens. But if you buy in some high-end cologne that it's a little too, hey, I don't want you going out in public without me smelling like that cologne.
Right.
You never wear it when we're together, but you wear it when you leave the house to go to work and go to events and whatever else you're doing. It's a red flag. That's just my personal experience from stuff I found out after all that. That is literally an experience. I'm not making that up. Never wore it around me, but you
can't wear cologne to
wore
work.
it out of this house.
Yeah, that ain't.
I won't say 100%.
That's a dead giveaway.
Yeah, especially that. Now we all, like I said, want to change how we dress a little bit or something, and that's fine. Change how you do your hair, but it's just certain things. Why?
Right.
You don't want to smell good for your woman? You want to smell good outside the house?
Next sign they talk. Yeah. Smelling good outside the house, that don't make a lot of sense, right?
No.
The next one, giving you big gifts. Now, gift giving is part of any relationship. Presents are great, but if you feel like you're being bribed, that could be a sign of infidelity. Where you stand on getting big gifts?
Ding, ding, ding. Been there too.
You know what?
So
you killing me how you falling back into your chair like as I'm asking these questions, like
literally these are all signs. Like I said, I didn't know or have 100% details and everything, but after my situation, going back and having a timeline of everything, I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, almost a $400 purse, and it's not even my style. Things like that. And then afterwards finding out like, oh, that's why. Because you did this, you were with this person, whatever. And also the fact that that's just how they are. They brand name everything, but buying me gifts like for no reason. I thought you would like this. What? So you're gonna spend $400 on a purse randomly? Like, that's weird. And then just stuff like that. And it didn't even have to be that situation necessarily. All of a sudden wanting to cook my favorite meal.
Oh,
why?
Okay.
Yeah. Like something that like, and then doing it. Well, I mean, we all want to do. I'm a person though that will do nice things continuously, thoughtful things continuously, because that's who I am. But if that's not who you are and you're doing that all of a sudden, like random here and there, okay. And I mean like lobster roll type dinner, not like, oh, steak or
right.
or what, and no, like all out. So I won't say 100%.
Big red flags.
Maybe they do really want to like give you stuff that you've never had, but keep your eyes open on that one, because there's some guilt behind a lot.
I know that's right. Gotta be. The guilt is coming through. The next one is kind of obvious, but we gotta say it. Being defensive. I mean, if your partner's defensive about, their behavior, and you're just confused about everything that they're doing, and when you question it, they get extremely defensive, it's probably a sign.
Yeah. Like, why else would you get so worked up and so mad about it? Like I'm attacking you. Why? And in some situations, not all, believe me, not even close to all, but in some situations, it's a trigger. They might say something or question you about something.
Right.
That's a trigger from a previous relationship that you have not dealt with and healed from and everything else. And then that's how you react to it. But that's both
big facts.
To communicate that early on so that you're able to understand each other if something like that happens. Hey, in my previous relationship, this, and this was a problem, and it's still tough for me to whatever. But if you haven't had that, they're just getting defensive over everything. It's dead giveaway.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And again, fellas, for the fellas listening, this is not here to bash the fellas, because trust me, there's one coming for the ladies. There's one coming for the ladies. There's a podcast coming for the ladies. Just
I know women ain't shit. I know there's shit women, so I'm not even sitting here saying no.
Right. No, we know you don't get down like that. Okay, so the next sign. This is, obvious for some, but some maybe not so obvious. Having financial problems. When they're having issues with money, credit cards, debt, that could be a sign that there is something funny going on. What's your take on that?
So I'm trying to put a wall from my experience and this and that, but also that in there. I literally have dealt with it all. Right. Now some people in general just aren't good with money. They're not. And it happens. But sometimes you deal with somebody who is not good with money, and it's because they're spending it on other women. And whether it's dinner or these high-end gifts or whatever else, because if you got a side chick, you got to keep them somehow. And the easiest way to not take up your time and throw off your main woman, I guess, is to throw a nice gift. $100, whatever, or send the money. Here, I'm gonna cash app you. Go get your nails done. Go all that. But I won't say. I'd say keep your eyes open, but I'm not gonna say like yes, because there are people out there who just aren't good with money, and that's their own thing. Has nothing to do with other women.
Right. Now that's a good point. I think that shouldn't be lost. That should not be lost. And like you said, some people can just be bad with money, but yeah, if there's financial issues, then it could be because the money's going someplace else.
Yeah, you need like financial and like two other red flags put together for that to equal red flag.
Right. This next one is a pretty obvious sign, which is almost crazy to think about in these days and time, but suddenly being unreachable. Now, you could be unreachable in the pager era. You know, you could be unreachable in the pre-cell phone era. But I mean,
gotta find a phone.
yeah. I mean, I used to ride around with a bunch of quarters in my car, like my ashtray. But I mean, you know, nowadays, I mean, we got cell phones. We got, you know, you have a thing on your cell phone, which I didn't even know till my kids told me, where you can share your location, which was odd too, because my kids was like, I'm like, how you sharing your location with your girlfriend, but you ain't share the location with me? I mean, like, I'm paying for the phone, Jack. Wow, what's going on here? But that's a story for another day. Not that I needed to know their location, but like, it's
That's
that
another one, though.
level of, you know, yeah, it is. But being unreachable, how can you? I mean, that's got to be a huge red flag, right?
Oh yeah, been there. Unreachable in the middle of the night now, and I'm not talking like, oh, we don't live together, and you're unreachable because you fell asleep. I'm talking like live together, you ain't home yet, and your phone's off, like, and especially when you know the person has their phone in their hand 24/7, because whenever you all are together, all you see is this. Like, if all you see is this, and then you aren't around each other and you can't get a hold of them, their phone dies all the time. That giveaway. Like, I've been there too. Been there. And the only reason why I believe that the phone died is because you're on it so much.
Right.
But then after a while, nope. No way.
Wow. Wow.
Because where the
She
hell
said
are
the
you
phone dies all the time. That's funny.
where your phone died?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Nope. Yeah, you can't be living together.
Right? Like,
yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's nasty business. Nasty business.
Disrespectful business. But I've dealt with,
yes, very, very much so.
Yeah, and I've had encounters with people. I know people, I have friends like that actually have the emotional maturity to say, look, I need time to, like, I'm going through some stuff, like, just mentally I'm not like present or whatever. Don't take it personal. I just need to shut down and focus on whatever. And I have friends that do that. I've done it myself. But you have to verbalize that, speak it to somebody, let them know. But if you just disappear, no. Some people need space. And
I mean, just fall off the
healthy.
face of the grid. Like, that's crazy. Right.
Yeah. Are you checking off which ones I've dealt with?
I'm not, but I mean, there really hadn't been many that you haven't. The next one is pretty obvious. Huge red flag. Lying. I mean, fellas, if she knows that you're lying, I mean, there's really, I mean, here's a funny thing. A lot of times they will know you're lying and they'll go and let you lie. And they'll take that lie and put it in a little jar.
Yep.
Then they'll take the next lie, put it in a little jar, and now you got a jar full of lies, and
and just wait till we can open them all up on you, and you can't say shit.
Ain't a damn thing you can do.
Nope.
Ain't a damn thing you can do.
Nope. Like,
so,
and then
lying
with that, definitely lying. And I mean, obviously, if you cheat, and I highly doubt you sitting there going like, yeah, I was with Sally yesterday, and like, you're not doing that, so you lying. No,
not at all. Not at all.
But to lie, the other thing, and I don't know if this is like a whole narcissism thing or if this is part of the cheating thing, but to lie about stuff you don't need to be lying about. Like, I don't know. I feel like you end up start lying about stuff that they don't even need to lie about. Because why? Because here's the other thing: if your woman has a
because you
hunch
used to
that
lying.
yeah, woman has a hunch that you're cheating, and she questions you on stuff. Well, now you're on your tippy toes, like, well, damn, I don't want to tell her I was at the bar with the boys because she's gonna think I was at the bar with some females and da da da. So I'm gonna just lie about that, like the trickle effect.
Yep.
Ooh.
You know, it's like they told us when we were young. You know, you tell one lie, you got to tell another one, and another one, and another one, and
to cover. And it is so hard to keep up with those lies.
Yeah,
because that's the other thing.
Especially when you're, trying to balance them.
Yeah, that's the other thing. A woman, like you said, in a jar, in a jar, in a jar. And the moment you slip up, when we go back to talk about one of these things, and you don't have the same thing that you had said before that's in that jar, you said something else now, but you said that you did this. No, I didn't. Oh, yes, you did. And my favorite part is when you have it all in text message, because I'm screenshot queen. I will tell you that much, because I had to. I got proof.
Uh-oh.
And I've had to do it before. Nope, you said this. Here you go. What are you going to say? So.
What can you say?
Nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Nah, there's nothing you can say. There's nothing you can say. I mean, you can say, I'm sorry. Maybe.
And your sorry ain't going to mean shit.
I mean, but at least that's something. Come on, Britt. Come on, throw me a bone or something. That's something.
It will mean something if you haven't said it 11 times and not done anything different.
True. That's true.
Then it might mean something if your actions are different and
this is
But no.
Yeah, your words have to match your actions. So you're right.
Definitely.
Okay. Last but not least, the sign that they have is reducing emotional openness. So just closing up, not being emotionally open anymore, not being expressive, just kind of bottling everything in. And how big a sign is that for you? Is that a big red flag?
With how people are these days, I will say yes, because going back to what I said before, not everybody has that emotional maturity to say, I'm in a weird, I don't know how to communicate what I'm going through right now. I need some time. I need space, whatever it is. And so the closed off, it's not 50-50. It's a little more than that. But, because for me, in my personal experience, that emotion, that sharing, that openness was elsewhere.
Okay.
And what a lot of people tend to do is you get aggravated with the person that's supposed to be the only one, because they're having so much honeymoon fun with the side piece, but then you got real life over here, want to talk about real life things, and you don't want to do that. You just want to go have some fun. And here she go nagging again. Here she go, da da da. All you want to talk about is this. So then you shut down over here and you take it over there. Instead of watering your own grass, you just switch lawns.
Right.
So I'd say that's like a 80%, because not everybody has that maturity to say something.
Okay, you dropped the bar in there. You said honeymoon fun. Can you explain honeymoon fun? That was funny as hell. I lost it.
When you text it all the time and it's all flirting like high school, and we're not in a setting to pass notes, but it's texting now and sending funny memes and I'm thinking about you and whatever, all that stuff. Going out to, because even then, some people forget you got to date the person you're with. It's not just
big facts.
Yeah, it's not just okay here. Like, life will happen and life be lifing. So you're gonna get bored and stuff, but you have to work at it. That stuff does not just come because you're in a relationship. But then you think, oh, here's something exciting, and it's just different than what you have. It's not necessarily better. This is new, and you don't have that full commitment to it. So you don't have that responsibility of whatever you got going on over here with this. So it feels all fun like it does when you first start dating. And yeah. Honeymoon fun.
Man, listen. I like that. I like that description. I'm gonna have to use. I'm gonna have to find a way to put that in the show in some other episode. Maybe that's another podcast for me to do. The thing that I took away from this article was like it does outline, and I mean obviously the title of this episode, he's cheating. I mean, really, I think you could really apply this to a male or a female.
Definitely.
I think women are a little bit more discreet is how they do it, but I think you could nail all of this. I guess before we close out, I think the question I want to ask you is like, having gone through, I mean, because you did a great job of keeping your pressure down and disclosing but not giving away too much. But what did you take most from those experiences? Does that make you more, I guess, attentive to the signs as you go forward in the next relationship, or does it make you kind of mad or whatever that it happened? Well, I shouldn't say mad, but disappointed that it happened.
Mad's not necessarily the wrong word. Definitely disappointed, but more so in myself because I saw all the signs for so long and I stayed and wasted my time. But like I said, my situation wasn't just a regular relationship. I was dealing with a lot of other abusive type situations. So like, got to take it with a grain of salt, I guess. But there were even red flags that I dismissed early on where I could have just like no and done. I will say after finding out everything, of course I was devastated. I also felt like I didn't even know the person because so much had happened that I didn't know about, that I felt like I was mourning somebody that I didn't even know. The person I knew was not that person at all. So like I said, I was disappointed in myself, definitely mad. I think occasionally still I'm just more disappointed and annoyed with myself that I didn't speak up and say anything. I didn't just leave because it was obvious stuff. But going forward in the next relationship, I do know what to look after. Not that I'm going to be like, oh, they put their phone face down.
Right.
They must be like, I've like had I've had a couple little dating situations since then. And I believe I've done very well considering everything I've gone through. I still have an open mind and like clean slate for the two that I was in I won't call it a situation. It was just dating. But the two that I had dated, it wasn't like there was no, okay, they're going to do this and like they must mean this and because they said this.
Right.
That it felt really rewarding, and I think it's because I took the time to actually work on myself and heal from everything. I watch videos like therapy type things on my situations like mine, and I did the work basically. So I feel good going forward, but I do have my eye open when patterns. That's the thing. When it's a pattern, that's when you gotta start. Ding, ding. So yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that, I mean, I think that's important. And I think it's one, it's great that you shared that too. Plus, I don't even know really that, and I know it's easy for me to say because I'm on the outside looking in, any blame, because I mean, naturally we blame ourselves for anything that doesn't go right or wrong. And then, sometimes, particularly like you mentioned earlier, if you're dealing with someone, a narcissistic type of person, then they're going to make you think that it was all your fault anyway. So, you know what I'm saying? Yep. So you don't need to blame yourself and then have, him blaming you or whatever like that. Well, you're the reason why I cheated. No, that she ain't the reason why you cheated, bro. You did it because you wanted to.
The hardest part about those situations real quick is when they try to get outside people to agree with them.
Oh,
that's where they try to control you, and it's harder for you to either speak up on your part or even leave, because then it's like, well, then I look guilty because
right. That's a mental game, and that's all it is. That's just a mental game. And but yeah, the signs are there. I think especially for anybody listening, just make sure that the thing we want to kind of convey is make sure you pay attention to the signs. I think a lot of times, particularly as we get older and we get deeper in relationships, sometimes we let shit go, and you can't let shit go, particularly when you see it right there in front of you. If it's something that you're not sure about, something that you think you want to question, then maybe you might want to talk to a friend or whatever like that. But if you see it and it's right there in front of you, address it, because it ain't gonna change unless you change it. So, yeah, this has been dope. This has been dope, man. Always glad to have you on here.
Always glad to be on.
What's that?
Always glad to be on.
Oh yeah. We got more coming before you launch into your solo ventures. Before we get out of here, you can tell folks where they can catch you at on the social medias.
Really, the podcast live is only on Twitter, X. I'm gonna say this every time, whatever you want to call it. Britty 18. And real quick, I have a message to relay to J Boog. Mr. BTG for President's making me do his dirty work. So you can't see it because my hair, but new merch. Filthy merch. Right?
Filthy merch records. Yep.
Well, he sent me J Boog's shirt, and I got to send it to her because they're beefing right now. I'm sure you've seen that R&B.
Oh, of course. Wait a minute, is that her shirt?
No, I have her shirt. He sent me one, but he sent her shirt along with mine.
Okay, gotcha.
Because he said, I ain't sending it to her. You can send it to her.
Wow.
So I told him I'd wear it when we record, and I put it out there. But I also said, I don't know when this episode is going to drop. So she might not get that message from
it'll be out soon. He I actually just ordered a hoodie, and he threw a t-shirt in there, and on the joint it said Filthy Merch Records on the labeling. But the hoodie's dope, because I told him, I said, man, I need that hoodie. I said, I need that hoodie in the worst way. He got it to me quick. Oh yeah. He's gonna have I told you, he's gonna be a repeat customer. So shout out to Baylor. BTG for President is a podcast, and Open Road with BTG is the other podcast as well. So so there's a little beef going around in our crew, little R&B beef. That's what we call it.
R&B,
And who knows? I might jump in it. Since my name's been called a couple of times. You never know. You never know.
I'm just a messenger. I did my part, Baylor. That's it. I'll send the shirt to her. That's it.
Yeah, she'll get the shirt. But that's what's up, man. So yeah, that's gonna do it for us. You guys know where to find me. If you don't, I don't know why you're here if you don't. It's 12 Kyle across the board on socials. The podcast, the 12 Kyle podcast drops every Thursday at midnight. From time to time, we drop bonus episodes on Sundays at midnight. If you feel so inclined, feel free to hit us up on Cash App, $TWELVEKYLE. Again, that's going to do it for us. So for me and my girl Britt, this has been the latest edition of the 12 Kyle podcast, talking about signs that he's cheating. You've learned a lot today. Take it and run with it. Until the next time, we'll catch you guys next time. 5Gs.
When you manage procurement for multiple facilities, every order matters. But when it's for a hospital system, they matter even more. Grainger gets it and knows there's no time for managing multiple suppliers and no room for shipping delays. That's why Grainger offers millions of products in fast, dependable delivery, so you can keep your facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Today's tip from the injury law firm Greenberg and Betterman. Too many pedestrians lose themselves in their phones and have accidents when they walk. So don't do it. Greenberg and Betterman is here to help you. Contact gblawyers.com, that's gblawyers.com, and feel better.